Okay, today for phonics, we are going to be letter detectives. Because it's really important we know that letters and sounds aren't just on bits of paper or cards. They've actually got a meaning. Why do we have to learn our sounds? And one of the biggest reasons we have to learn them is because we're going to learn to read. And when you go to school in September, you're going to be reading books, not just needing the grown-up to read them to you. So it's really important you start looking at the print in books. Now, I've done this story this week, so I thought I'd stick to this one. So the first thing we need to know about our books when we're going to do them before we look at any sounds or anything is how a book is structured. Now, you all know that this is the perfect front, and this is the back, perfect. And we know the story happens through the middle, and when you're doing the story you know well, you should be able to tell your grown-up what's going to happen next and all the characters in the story. So I know in my story there is Henny Penny, Turkey Lurkey, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Turkey Lurkey and Ducky Lucky. Okay, I also know I'm going to be looking at the pictures, but I'm going to be reading the words. And it's really important that you know we're going to read from left to right. If you are left-handed, or grown-ups, if you know your child is left-handed, often they will try and read the other way. It's just the way our brains work as lefties, okay? So you have to remember it's really important to use your finger when you're reading and put your finger underneath. Now, we've already read this story this week, so we don't have to read it again, but what we are going to be is letter detectives. So today you're going to need a notebook and a pen. And not only are we going to be doing a little bit of letter detectives, we're going to be doing a little bit of maths because we're going to be recording what we find on our notebook. So we're doing a little bit of phonics and a little bit of higher level 40 to 60 months maths, which is about recording marks and then being able to explain them. Okay, so pick any book you like. It does not have to be Chicken Licken. It could even be a comic. It doesn't matter what, as long as it's got writing in it. I then want you to think of 3 sounds. Now, your grown-ups will know which sounds you're really good at and sounds you might find a bit trickier. Some of you might find your long tail sounds. So you might find your B and your P and your D difficult to tell the difference between. So this is a really good activity for P, D and B. You might want to do one just on your vowels, on your A, E, O, and I. Or you might find a letter that you find really, really tricky all the time. And this might be a way to practice it. Also, make sure some of the sounds you pick are ones you're brilliant at, because it's not much fun if you can't do it and you'll get bored. So I have picked 3 sounds. I have picked p, p, p sound when we go down the pirate plait, up and round the pirate's head. I have picked a really easy one that you all love. Remember? S. So we're going to slide down the snake. Okay. And then I've picked one that I found this week when I was doing some phonics at Cherubs that everyone kept finding tricky. And we had lots of fun doing this with the up, up, up. Okay. And this one is for umbrella, for up, for under. Remember we spent lots of time getting up on things and under the table and being an umbrella. So you go down the umbrella, up, down, and make that little puddle on the end. So we're going to look for them in the book, but one at a time. And every time we find one, you have to put a little dash on the page. And we'll count the dashes at the end. Okay? So now you don't have to do the whole book, especially if it's a long one. You can just pick a few pages, get your grown-ups to help you with how much to do. Okay? So you open up your book for when the story starts. So right on the first page. So what we're going to do with our finger, we're going to run it along the line, looking for a p, p, p. So we go all the way along until, can you see I found 1, 2, purse. So quickly, I get my letter detective notebook and I've got to put 2 lines, 2 marks. I found 2 purrs. 1, 2. Okay, let's keep going on that page and see how many we find. So I'm going along. We've done those ones. I found another 2 purrs. So I'm going to put 2 more marks. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Okay, got to keep going. So we're going to keep going all the way along. Is there any more purrs yet? Can't see any. Can't see any. There's one right at the end. So I found another purr. So I'm going to put another mark by purr. Now it's important to look at all the writing on the pages because all the sounds you're learning can be in any writing anywhere. So we can have a look down here as well and see if we can find any purrs in the writing. So that's all the purrs on that page. Let's have a look at this page. Can you see any purrs on here? Point them out if you see them. No more on that page. Let's see how many we found. So this is where the maths bit comes in because you're not just recording the marks, you've got to explain what these marks mean. So can you tell me how many purrs did I find? Can you count them? That's it. I found 5 purrs. So you can have a go at writing a number 5. Don't worry if you can't. You can ask your grown up to do it and they can trace over. Now when you do a 5, you go down and round the garden and then you put a hat on. So on those first pages, we found 5 purrs. Now if you want to, you can just carry on going through the book, finding lots and lots and lots of purrs. You might get a really big number, like 35 or something, of purrs all in your book. But I haven't got the time to go through my whole book and find 35 purrs with you. So I'm going to move on to my next sound. Now my next sound, being a letter detective, is... Remember, little trumpet mouth. Try not to spit when you're doing it. Okay, so we're going to go backwards, forwards, backwards, sliding down the snake. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my next page and we're going to see how many S's we can find. Now again, remember, it's really good practice to use your finger when you're looking through sounds. So we're going to go along and we're going to see if we can find any S's. Not on that line. Oh, what's that one? Is that a S? Can you see it? Brilliant. We found our first S. So I'm going to put a mark on the page. Now remember where you're up to. We're on the second line. So we go 1, 2, and we're going to keep on going. There's another one. Better put another line on. So I've got another S. What can we find next? Let's have a look. We're keeping going. Found that one. There's another one already. 3 in one line. So adding another S. Okay. Let's keep going. Ooh, any more S? You shout if you see it. You point. There it is. 4 so far. Okay, I've got another mark. Now let's keep going. We've got the rest of the page to do yet. We've got another, oh, there's another one. Can you see it? There's lots of S's. Get you counting really well. Okay, we keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Let's get our finger down here. Ooh. Oh, one more. Let's put another mark. Now remember, you've got to do both pages. So let's have a look. Now remember, we said also we've got to do all the words. If you look in the pictures and there's any more words in there, you can have a look and see if there's any Not on that bit, so we start again. Oh, I spy one. Another mark. Now, if you can try and keep your marks together, it makes them easier to count. If you put your marks all over the page, that's okay. Just makes it a little bit harder to count later. Okay? So we're up to the feathers. Another one. Oh my goodness, we might run out of room for S. Hope you're good at counting to help me find how many S we've got later. So, oh, there's another one. Now keep looking. We're not far from the end of this one now, can you see? So we've got that one. Can you see another one? That's it. Well spotted. Do you think that's going to be it? Do you think we found all of our S on this page? We've still got some more writing. Let's see if we can find any more. Oh, one more there. That one was S for scurried. Another S word. Keep going. See? Oh, there's one in the middle of a word there. It's in the middle of house. And there's one next to it. Squawking. I think we'll have to write that too. There. So we've got another 1, 2. We're going to run out of space by the time we get to our S. So we've done that one. Then, oh, another one. Let's see if there's any more. So we've done that one. And then any more on the last line? You spotted it. One more. So there were a lot of sounds. Do you think there were more? Ooh, more or less than there were P? Comparing's really good. So we had 5 P ones. Let's count the S. Can you guess? Think how many there might be. Guessing, another word for guessing is estimating. It's really good if you can estimate. So I'm going to guess that we found 10. How many do you think we found? Should we count and see? Are you counting? Let's try again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, well done, 14, 15, 16, brilliant. And the numbers you need to write 16, you need a 1, so down the tall straight soldier, and a 6. With a 6 you go around and give him a big tummy. So we found 16 sounds. That was more than 10. So which one's more? 5 P's or 16 S? Okay, now remember the last sound was one that my friends at Cherub Speak have been finding a little bit tricky, and that was And that isn't as common. That means we won't find as many as we found S. So we're going to go on to another page. We might not even find any S. Let's have a look. I need D. Sorry, getting all confused. So we're looking for So it's a proper trumpet mouth. Okay. So have a little look along. We're doing left to right. And we're looking for... Oh! There's an in quacked. So we've got an there. So we've got 1 Okay. Let's keep checking. So we've had it. You shout stop when you see one. You shout, we've done this one. You shout stop when you see another one. Where's that hiding? You found it? You point to? Brilliant. You might be able to see another one close by. Can you see another one close by? Yeah, you found both of them. So I've got to put 2 marks down. Okay. Let's keep looking. Can you see? Remember to shout if you see any sounds. Tell Mama to shout me if you see them. Say stop. Did you shout? Ready? Shout. Stop. Can you see it? And then we've got two close together again. That's it says ducky. It's got an in. And lucky. It's got an in. That's it. Did you see them? Did you shout stop and put your finger on? So I've got to put two more on. Okay, let's just keep going to the end of this page and see if we can see any more. So we had Ducky Lucky. See if you can see. Did you shout stop? Did you see it? Well done. That was a sneaky little one. That says us, us. So you can hear the again in us. Okay. Let's have a look. Where were we up to? This one here. So shout me if you see. And oh, what's that one? Can you see it? It's in clucked in the middle. So we've got another one. And let's keep going. You shout when you see it. We've just done clucked. You shouted stop. Well done. I think that is the last one. Because if you look at the last line, there's no more So we've got to count them up now. Should we have a guess, an estimate? Who thinks they can think how many sounds we had? I'm going to guess 6. Okay, 6. Let's see how many. You ready to help me? We're going to go. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and to draw an 8, it's like a little snowman. It's got a head and a body, but you draw it like you're doing a S. So you go backwards, forwards, and then join up to the top. Okay, so I hope you really enjoy going through, picking a sound, going through the letter, or if you don't want to do a letter, you could hunt around your house with things that have got writing on. It could be a poster on the wall with some writing on. It doesn't have to be a book. It can be comics, it can be a newspaper, a magazine, even looking on things on the internet. As long as there's writing there and the children realise that we're learning our sounds and our letters so we can read, not just as a memory game. I hope you enjoy it, find lots of sounds. Any sounds you're finding tricky, remember you've got to include one of those, okay? And you can start including as well some of the less used sounds like our X's and our Y and our Z and our V and J that don't come up in the first 18 sounds that they learn in their first stage before you get to reception. All right, take care of yourselves. Bye.